One day, while casually browsing to my Pinterest, I found this top, and I may or may not have fell in love with it, so I decided to make it. Since I'm still learning when it comes to sewing, I decided to use two patterns that I already have. First, I used the Deborah blouse pattern from Vikisews. I extended the center front, so instead of it being a half piece that you put it on the fold of the fabric, I made it a full piece. And I used the center front of the Tudor blouse wrap version pattern to make the top curve. I don't think I needed a pattern for that curve part, but here I am. For the fabric, I had this dress that I made last year that I didn't like how it turned out, so I decided to upcycle it. Okay, so I cut down the rest of the pattern pieces from the Deborah blouse pattern, except the sleeves and the facings. Instead of adding a zipper, I sewed the two back pieces together, and I also sewed the back darts. I pressed the darts flat and the seam allowance open. I sewed the bodice pieces together, except for the left back panel and the side front panel. I made a long strap that I cut into pieces of 2 inches to make loops for the wrapping part. I marked where I wanted to add the loops. And I sewed them to the left back panel and the right front panel. I think I sewed them within 1 inch apart from each other. And I sewed a long strap at the top of all the loops. I made my own bias tape to hide the top and the sleeve seams. I pressed the bias tape flat, and I cut the corners and the curves. I tight stitched the seam allowance to the facing. And I stitched the facing to the main fabric on the neckline and the sleeves. And lastly, for the bottom of the shirt, I made the right side a bit longer than the left side. And here's the finished look.
It's a syndicate at night, blasting play,